Okay, so I figured out the issue. I did not put a space. So when you put these in like this, you need to do the number sign and then the little up and down thing that is uh, on a Windows keyboard. It's next to the slash that's over the Enter key. You have to press Shift and hit the slash. Then you can give each of your code chunks a label. Be careful. Each one has to have its own unique label. So I've got one name set up. That means I can't have another one named that. Echo false keeps the code from showing up over here. Warning keeps any warnings or errors from showing up over here. Well, errors won't show up. They'll just make it not work. And then message false prevents all of that junk that you get when you load things from showing up over there. Um, Down here, I named this histogram 1 as a label. So if I create another histogram, I got to call it histogram 2. I did the same thing, echo false, warning false, and I did eval true, which may or may not be necessary, but it's not a bad idea. It tells R that yes, you do want it to evaluate the code and to put it out here. Um, so 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 it will only put, with this combination, it should put only the results. So really quickly, I'm going to show you one thing you can do, and that is, and so first I'm going to create this code chunk, which is just Control Alt I to do that, and then I'm going to show you how to do a regression because I know I've shown it to you before, but I want to give you one last chance to see this being done. So I've typed all that in, and remember, I've already loaded my data up here, and I've named it my project data. So I'm going to create a regression called Model 1, and I'm going to create it using LM, and uh, I'm going to, so I need to know the names of some variables. So I'm going to do a regression with liberal democracy. Well, let's do polyarchy and exports. Okay, so I'm going to make exports my y variable, my outcome variable. So exports is my y variable. Polyarchy is going to be my x variable. And then I'm going to go data equals my project data. I'm going to want to produce two things from this. I'm going to want to produce a table, and so I need to load the Stargazer library. So I'm going to load it with library Stargazer, and then I'm going to produce a table of model 1, and I want the type to be text so that it will look nice. The other thing I'm going to want to do, well, that's all I want to do with this. We can also do a plot of the regression, a scatter plot with the regression line, but we don't need to do that yet. I'm going to do just this because this is kind of the core of your project. If you can do this, this is the core of your analysis, of your hypothesis testing and everything. So I'm going to render this, and hopefully it will produce the Stargazer table. And it did, and it produced the Stargazer table. And so some of you were copying the Stargazer tables over to Word or whatever, and it didn't copy all lined up nice and neat. But here, where it's producing it as an HTML file, it's all lined up nice and neat. And if I come up here and I do it where I change this around so I can produce the doc file, it'll produce it nice and neat because it will send it directly into the doc file. So I've got this, um, and I can then uh, I can come down here and give my analysis of this regression table. I can talk about all the different things, how many observations, uh, whether things were, whether things were, um, whether things were significant or not, and all the other things that we might want to know. Um, so um, so what do I want to do from this point? So there are two things that I can do from this point, assuming that I'm all done, because basically everything else is just putting in the specific plots, the specific tables, the specific things you want, and then doing your writing. Everything else is doing that and hitting render. And once you've hit render, there are two things you can do. You can publish to RStudio, and you can push it to GitHub. And so I'm going to come back and show you those two things.